Hi, I am Geva Salerno, and welcome to an excerpt from my new memoir, Center of Gravity. The title of this excerpt is The Runway. Enjoy. The moment I saw the advertisement for a fashion show, it spoke to me of long-forgotten dreams. When I was about 12 years old, one of my English teachers would bring in fashion magazines to read on her break. At that time, we lived in a small town, and the magazines seemed to be from another world. I noticed them on her desk and asked if I could see one. Not only did she graciously allow me to read one, but she also started saving the issues after she finished them for me to take home. Sprawled out on my bedroom floor, I would devour the dazzling publications. I loved how the still new glossy pages felt as I turned from one glamorous scene to the next. They transported me from a simple farm town to a place where beauty and aesthetics mattered. I could see how lines and colors were used to evoke a feeling. I could see how a dash of creativity made an outfit, but too much became overwhelming. Very quickly, I developed not only an eye for style, but also a sense for how fashion could evoke whimsy or emotion. Of course, I was never able to put any of it into practice. My family was on an extremely limited budget, which did not include fashion. So I absorbed all of the beauty and fashion and filed it away mentally. The magazines continued to be my escape from the drudgery and pain of high school. The week before the fashion show, I called a few friends to see if anyone wanted to go with me, but everyone said no. I was not in the habit of going to large events alone, so I kept trying. Everyone I talked to was either too busy being a mom or simply was not interested. I didn't know what to do. As the day approached, my anxiety started creeping in at the thought that I might have to go alone. Maybe I should hold off and wait for another event, I thought. In the end, I decided to go by myself and make the best of it. I had to start doing things I was interested in, even if I had to go alone. The next hurdle was deciding what to wear. Does one dress up to fit in with all the beautiful couture, or dress down so as not to seem to be competing? Finally, I chose a black dress with wide, cut-open sleeves that had white and purple flowers along the bottom. I added my favorite long strand of pearls that reached to my waist. My hand was shaking a little as I combed my hair back and got ready to leave. I took a deep breath and let it out slowly. "You can do this," I said to myself as I spritzed on perfume. As I walked up the long marble steps to the Sidney and Byrne Davis Art Center, I wondered what it would be like. Would I be shunned as an outsider? Would everyone stare at me, knowing that I did not belong there? I handed my ticket to the woman at the door. Inside the large open space, a long black runway was set up perpendicular to the stage. There were 4 rows of seats roped off on either side of the stage with VIP signs hanging from velvet ropes. I thought it would be packed, but a lot of the VIP seats were empty. Admission was free and VIP seats were only $10. One of the laws in the book, The 28 Laws of Attraction, is to over-respond to opportunities and to purchase items with more features than you think you need. So I had bought a VIP ticket. I found my way through the people standing around and located a seat at the stage, feeling very lucky and a little important. I had always wanted to go to a fashion show, and here I was sitting next to the runway. On TV, all the cool people sat next to the runway, taking pictures or fanning themselves with a program. It was like a dream come true, even if it was only a show in Fort Myers, Florida. Hardly the fashion mecca of the United States. But it was a real fashion show. The woman next to me was busy chatting with her two friends. I would have liked to have been chatting with some friends as well, but I was content marveling over the fact that I was actually sitting at a real fashion show. Photographers began to gather on a little podium across from the runway. Seats started to fill. A girl with long brown hair and a tight silver dress that bloomed out at the hips came out onto the stage and introduced the show. Names of local designers were projected onto the back of the stage as models wearing the various collections came out. I loved seeing the pretty flowing gowns, and I took lots of pictures. At the intermission, I made my way to the bar at the other side of the room and ordered a glass of sparkling water. Instead of going back to sit by myself, I decided to walk around and look at the art on the walls. It seemed that one of the designers was also an artist, as her name was on many of the paintings. Or perhaps the artist was also a designer? There were paintings of mermaid-type women with day-glow stripes down their lengthy gowns. The lights flickered, signaling the end of intermission, and I took my seat. Looking around and fanning myself with the show's brochure, I smiled at one of the two women taking their seats to my right. She smiled back and continued talking with her companion. The lights dimmed and the second half of the show began, with a model strutting out in a long black gown that had ruffled circles embroidered down the sides. Another model came out with a big frilly hat and a gown that looked like it had been hand-dyed. The models who followed were all wearing dresses that looked like they had been painted by hand, which is when it dawned on me why the show was called Art Walks the Runway. The gowns were literally works of art, painted by an artist. As the last collection was brought out, the lights dimmed to nearly black, and suddenly there was a model with shocking orange and yellow stripes running down the lower half of a black gown. The colors glowed in the black lighting. Another model wearing a white gown with hot pink stripe and splash marks came out and replaced the first model. I tried to get the right setting adjustments on my camera to keep up with the beautiful colors and styles flowing past me. And then, after many blurred shots and a few good ones, the lights came on. Designers came out and we were all clapping. That was so much fun, I thought, as I made my way to the door. I stepped out into the humid evening. Well, it seems that the first step in my experiment had a positive outcome. I had successfully attended an event by myself. I had done something that was important to me, regardless of the fact that no one else wanted to go, and I had reconnected with my long-lost love of fashion. I was not shunned. I did not die or spontaneously burst into flames. In fact, I was just fine. I hope you enjoyed this excerpt from my upcoming memoir, Center of Gravity. If you'd like to follow the progress of this book or purchase it, please visit www.gevasalerno.com.